You
me
sure about that?
sitting in the
That's
an
a
empty
throbbing
bathtub,
hot
fully
no.
clothed, with a can of squeezed cheese, reading a book, just squeezing the squeezed cheese into my mouth. I don't care. They know I'm weird. I give no fucks.
I used to enjoy butterbeer. Like, let's be fair here.
I mean, I still enjoy butterbeer.
Ew.
Fuck you. So,
Drink
come to take a breath, our review of our chronicles of The Last Breath. Today, we're joined by... Who wants to go first?
Hi, I'm Nerdy. I play Amelia and Charlotte.
Plan.
Alcavian. Is that not obvious already?
I mean, I play William and Frank, so...
Yeah, but it's me.
But they're two different freaking clans. Who's next?
Where was
Hey!
clan storyteller.
Fuck you, Junie.
Fuck you, Junie.
And
So
then,
it begins.
who's next? Who's next? Who's next?
Sonari, I am Olivia.
Plan.
I have a face now. Gangrel.
Yeah, that's the one.
On accident, apparently.
Accidentally Gangrel.
And I'm Sai. I play Gabe, a Tremere Doctor.
And I'm Rono, or Mystic, or Coco, or Flower, or whatever you guys feel like calling me today. I play Frank, Clan Trubruja, as well as William, and Jean-Luc, Clan Malkavian. I'm sorry? No. He's Jean-Luc Donaldson because they not have the same body. Like, you go from really French to American. I digress. So, yesterday's chronicle opened up with us finishing up our time lapse, or not time lapse, but time freeze, rather. Gwen says, "Excuse me, sir, I am your lord and savior, Time Lord," and gets Amelia's permission to get in his head, play with it a little bit, have some fun. Didn't get much information. Well, nothing extremely useful, but she got a name, Anastasia, which is something she probably already was familiar with if she saw his walls, but I don't think she ever went into his basement. I digress. Frank at that time played around with his new Temporis powers and slow walked into the room just to be like, oh, well, someone's doing some fuckery. It's probably Gwen. It's probably important. She might need help. He was wrong, fortunately. And he passed 3 rouses to not fucking get torn asunder. So that's nice. So that scene ended. Gwen took Artemis back to Chicago,
We took William back to his house.
where he promptly attempted to fall off the map, but failed miserably. If I could turn back time.
Let's. Oh, the romance started long ago.
So would it be Gilliam?
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 That's the ship
it's
name now.
Weeb?
Ebe?
Weeb?
The most romances include disassembling each other.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes you have to tear someone asunder to really improve them. Like,
It
you
was
have to rid
love
them
at
of their
first slice.
imperfections. All right, calm your shit there, Dexter.
I'll
Don't
admit
worry.
I hear Dexter's Laboratory when I hear the two of them converse. That's just how it works in my
Oh,
head.
see, I was thinking more like Dexter, the serial killer, that, you know, ritualistically cut his victims into pieces. And
William is
dump them in the
absolutely
oceans.
Dee Dee.
You have very different
bullet,
entertainment preferences than I do.
Look, he
Dee
hasn't
Dee,
seen
get out of my
SpongeBob.
Wait,
So-
would that make Gabe Mandart?
Yes. Gabe is
I digress. There was a brief bromance moment where William
It's not
was
brief.
very much pissed. But Gabe was like, oh, I like him. It was kind of like that scene in Hitch where anyways, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So,
We'll go down that rabbit hole later. It's fine.
brown chicken, brown cow.
check, please. 50 Shades are done with this conversation.
So we took William home.
We sent him
He-
new socks and new shoes and a stuffed chipmunk.
Of which none of it got used. The chipmunk got taken care of.
That's okay. I'll send more chipmunks.
And they will get taken care of.
Abel went off with Gwen to go
To
do
find
some
about David
information.
early.
Yes. And when we got back to the warehouse, what was it? Shortly after that, we wound up going to Nix's because there had been
You
a.
That
guys
was
went
after
to
us.
Nix's. I went to Williams to check on him because he hadn't answered the door all week.
But before we went to Nix's, we did have the encounter with Olivia
the sire.
Sire,
Oh,
yes. Thank
So,
you.
I had
by the
already
way,
left by then.
No
that was
problem.
one of the first goals I had, and we finally managed that.
Yay! So he shows up, gets caught on our security cams, and gets our attention. So Frank and Gabe go to meet him. He's kind of prostrated himself, so he didn't seem threatening. We approached, brief introductions, some idle threats because he's in our territory, and he makes a request to speak to his children. Frank, being a genius, true Bruja, decides to call Olivia rather than involve her directly, and simply just passes him the phone.
Yeah, I
And-
didn't know if you guys had gone back to using phones again or not. Last I heard,
We're gonna
everybody
assume
shut their
we did.
phones.
Burners.
Yeah,
Specifically just
Olivia
burners.
has Frank's burner, so
Gotcha.
And Olivia would not have left it off for terribly long because I
what,
have no contact.
I kind of like blacked out through the whole conversation of you and your sire talking. So do you want to talk about that briefly?
He introduced himself, and I am. Jenny, what was his name again? Because I have forgotten.
Alexandrov.
Alexandrov. Okay, I will get that in my sheet eventually. Anyway, he introduced himself as Alexandrov. He informed me that I was the wrong clan, apparently. I was supposed to be the correct clan, and my biological father, who mixed up the drug for my drink when they were trying to kidnap me, fucked up. Big surprise.
Okay.
So rather than let me die, this gangrel Alexandrov, who was supposed to keep an eye on me while this was going down, turned me, and that's when my life went to hell in a handbasket shaped like a coffin.
I like that imagery. Well done.
A handbasket coffin. Do those come in wallet size or pocket size?
Yes.
I'm sure there's enough crafters in this channel right now we can make that happen.
Is it bigger on the inside than it is on the out?
It's not the TARDIS.
Fuck.
Look, just
I
because we're
mean-
crafter doesn't mean that I don't know where to buy this on the goth clothing websites, because that's actually kind of a thing.
It is a purse. You can totally make it happen.
Yeah.
The important part of this conversation
Often
was that he apologized for turning me because that was not his intent, and was warning me that I was in danger because the way this went down screwed everything up, and someone was trying to get rid of evidence of which I was now a thing.
You are slightly a thing. I'm sorry, dear. But at least
Marginalized
here's
evidence.
my question to you, actually. Tenari, did you actually get some resolution from this?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, quite a bit. Also,
Okay.
some clarification that I am going to break my father's face when I find him.
This is a good thing! Even more resolution.
Well, if you need help with a 192 hit combo, I might have the hands for it now.
Not wrong.
So that happened. They, if I recall, also exchanged. If she didn't have an email, but he provided an email for us. He also provided Russian words to include in the PS, just for verification that it's. I think it was like "dear child" or "dearest child" in
Dear
Russian,
child.
something to that effect. We promised to make sure that she was educated in our ways, and safe travels. And he went poof through the cornfield. Promptly, we returned back to the warehouse. The kitty came up and was like, I saw some shit. It was good. It was bad, but it was good. And we ended up going down to Nix's bar. And then the scene cut to... I'm sorry?
I was going to say, actually, Tanari's Spy of Cats is turning out to prove beneficial. You're muted, darling.
The Cat Lady Mafia.
Yes.
That's what he said. He was saying it was the cat.
Yeah.
The cat came back the very next day.
Well, I was just saying that her idea of sending the cats out to spy is actually proving very beneficial.
You know, the level of things that are super beneficial that our coteries have come up with, like the
Right.
Stitch and Bitch.
Yeah, that
Unexpected
was like the
greatness.
best way to get information ever.
Now we have the Cat Lady Mafia that's going around just, you know, getting all the info. Like, she's running the streets right now. I digress. The remaining party at the warehouse that consisted of Gabe, Frank, and Olivia, and the Cat Mafia went to Nix's bar. Scene switched, if I remember right, to Will I Am. And, well, it started off with Amelia.
It started off with Amelia finding the keys to opening William's house, yelling for William, who didn't answer, and Amelia promptly turning everything in the first floor upside down.
That's going to piss off Jean-Luc, by the way. He's my interior designer. Way to go. Now I have to deal with
Yeah,
that
but
French
Jean-Luc
asshole.
likes Amelia, so we're good.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. Like, you know, he's like... Jean-Luc enjoys, like, 1880s French layouts for things. William's just like, well, you live here too, and I don't give a damn. So... what he does in his spare time is
William's
not what
like,
William does in his
leave
spare
my
time.
office alone.
Exactly, like,
Yeah.
leave my bat cave alone. Top 2 floors are yours. Go to town. Oh, yeah. So excited.
Explains
No,
so
Jean-Luc
much.
likes Amelia, we're good.
Yeah,
She'll be
yeah,
fine.
yeah. He's
He'll-
the brother
he'll
you wish
understand.
you had.
He'll understand, it's fine.
Anyway, so she was yelling for him. He didn't hear because he was working on his vehicle. She comes in to the garage after flipping all of his shit.
Including all of the magnets on the fridge.
It's like the devil just walked through his house and everything turned upside down, not just the crosses. Anyways, so
Petty as hell, Amelia.
right, what a bitch. I might just stake her to be done with it. Anyways. Brief conversation was had. William's been trying to figure out what he lost, what he forgot. They decide to jump in the car and start blasting after a brief conversation. Do you remember the contents of that convo, Smalls? Or
No, it was you drove. It was conversation about what you had found out about Anastasia and how that was the only lead you had. And then you told Amelia to go get in the car.
you're going to do it anyways, so get in the damn car.
I mean, which she waited for you to finish what you were doing, which was taking shots and getting blood and getting a steak and throwing it in a messenger bag.
Yeah.
And then we got in the car, went to
The
I think you said
warehouse.
the warehouse that you had gone to, or that William had gone to originally to get staked. And then we got pulled in talking to Demetrios and then Anastasia.
Didn't the scene cut at that point?
It kind of cut right around there, yeah.
So we switched back. And then we switched back when we were driving, if I remember right, and we did
Yeah,
the bar
probably.
scene. So
Yeah.
at that point, we go over. Nick's it has a, if I remember right, a glass with I'm assuming ice and vitae. Is that correct, Junie?
Mm-hmm.
Just up against forehead where got clocked good. And then brief conversation there. Found out that it was a Ciamid, or sure, Worcester.
Callus
He said,
It was it was Broken Fairy.
broken butterfly.
It was broken, yeah, Broken Butterfly.
A Callus said.
Broken butterfly.
Words.
Words are
Yeah,
hard.
it's one of those. So
Broken
Frank sends a
butterfly sounds
message.
like a way to die.
Get out.
Yeah. We got lucky, but said Broken decided to bring an A-bomb into the bar, which Nyx is not about that thug life. Like that is frowned upon. That's tableau. Like that's as much as.
Tableau and taboo are very different things.
What did I say?
You said tableau.
Tableau.
What should I have said?
Taboo.
Taboo.
Doesn't matter at this point in time.
Yes.
Well, grammar
Yeah.
Nazi.
Fine.
I am
Taboo.
I'm sure she did not think that it was an art piece.
This is truth.
The bar was when he was done.
This is
Yeah.
truth as well.
Well, y'all take over then. My apologies. My
Oh.
vernacular sucks.
Oh, darling, don't you even stop it going on William on us. I'll turn around and make
Oh,
sure
boo
it's y'all.
fuckity who. Take over.
No, you take over. You're doing so well.
That's a matter of opinion, definition, perception.
And yours is always wrong. We know that. Master of the bad plan.
I digress. All right, so Taboo. A-bomb shows up. I love the middle finger just hanging there. I respect. I digress. What was I?
Sorry, that wasn't deliberate.
Oh! I thought you were getting me
That
good.
was accidental.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that was a slow bird too, because I just looked down. I was like, "Oh, I should be a professional now." Anyway, so we discussed some things. Found out that it was a broken.
Broken butterfly.
Yeah, that one. A-bomb. We go in, check around the bar because Frank has some experience with them. Finds one of the runes that they use to disorient and fuck people up because they're kind of the Loki vampire clan, except like angry fairies gone wild.
Not wrong.
Not in a fun way.
No.
Points it out to Nyx and everyone else. They find a couple others. And Nyx notices something unusual about Frank.
That one took a second too. There was a cut in there.
Oh, what did I miss?
It cut back to William and Amelia. Sorry, I'm trying to put the things together. And we went into the office to deal with William's dumbass stuff. And Amelia was offered the option to go sit outside
And she
while
did.
William and Anastasia discussed things.
That was after a Tremere was called to Zone of Truth.
Well, the other Tremere derailed the entirety of our focus.
That was upon return to the warehouse.
Yep.
Right? So
Yeah.
we got back to the warehouse and Gabe was just like, oh, I wonder what she's getting in, what he's getting into.
I wonder why I
whoever's
haven't
getting
heard back
into."
from Amelia yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Where is Mummy Dearest? And why is she not answering Daddy's calls?
Pretty much.
Basically.
Oh god, this is turning into a weird fucking dynamic, and I love it. All right, so then scenes cut back. Gabe uses scry with a puddle.
Falls out on the ground laughing while texting Amelia
Yes!
the play-by-play of what's going on.
Olivia acquires a dog.
Yes,
Wait, have we made a name for that dog yet?
Goldie.
it's Goldie.
It's dog.
It's Opie.
Right!
And it would be like dinner number
Another
2.
Amelia hasn't technically met the dog yet, so Amelia has not been able to name the dog yet.
But Daddy Dearest did text Mummy Dearest about the fucking dog
About
already.
the dog.
Yeah,
Yes.
I did.
And let the child have the dog.
Yeah, I think my
Dog.
exact words were "baby wants a puppy," and I
Yeah.
can't deal with this shit anymore.
He can't deal with this nonsense.
Yeah.
Well, let her have the damn dog.
So now we have a cat, a Gould cat, a non-Gould dog, and a clouder of cats as the spy network.
Plus Edgar and the Finch.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh god, this
I
is like the
can't-
Dr. Doolittle
Seriously.
coterie.
Yeah,
Yes!
it's the Dr. Doolittle coterie. I hate it.
Yes.
It's the Coterie Menagerie.
The
Good
sex.
use of vocab. I love that. That's a tasteful word for that.
You're not
Frank
wrong.
has the second leash.
Yes.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
It's actually got his name on it.
I'm not sure why Nyx had a fucking leash with my name on it.
I mean,
Like, that leads to
obviously
more
for the
questions
innuendos
than-
about you two being in the bedroom.
Well, that's the problem with Brewhas and True Brewhas. Whatever we do, we're gonna do it fast.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Anyways, no, I am vampire. I don't need that bullshit.
No, that's
Where
not
were
how
we?
they
Where were
make
we?
sex.
So Gabe was looking into a puddle, observing over Amelia and William and Anastasia and the Tremere.
And William
some
was
hipster. William was getting crucified, but that's because he didn't understand that the Russian verbiage for Major Boone is literally what they discuss as the contents. So he thought it was I wouldn't say that. I would just offer an exchange of services. I digress. Anyways, William sits there with Anastasia and the Tremere. Conversation was had about the fool plan that William had come up with. And more or less, William realized that he was kind of in the wrong, but that was because it was a misunderstanding in use of the term boon. What she perceived as boon, he perceives as just, this is what you promised, we're exchanging. There's nothing additional to it. So he offers an apology and offers to apologize in front of Dio's sister and everyone else to save face. She didn't really act on that, but I think she appreciated the effort.
The offer.
Yeah.
Him walking out of the office non-staked or injured was the sign to Amelia that things were rectified.
No, it was Amelia getting her name called a bunch of times while she's sitting on the couch giggling.
Yeah. Gabe was scrying and texting and dying on the floor, like undying on the floor, because of this back and forth between William and Anastasia for close to what seems like hours, but was actually probably mere minutes.
Not wrong.
30 minutes, give or take. They disengage from Anastasia. It's amicable. The Tremere that I'm blanking on the name of right now.
Trisha.
Trish from the Morgaine sisters, right?
Yep.
Or the Morgaine 3, or whatever
The
it is.
Morgaine Three Sisters.
Gotcha. From that company, or group, rather. Pulls them aside because of something William had asked. If Anastasia had made his sister forget because she winked at him twice. And apparently, an intellect of 2 does not mean that you can pick up on social cues.
No, you cannot.
So
But it wasn't William anymore either.
No,
It
it
was
turned
on
into Jean-Luc.
it's okay. Just let him out in, how do you say, training wheels?
When your
And
personality needs training wheels, there's something wrong.
And that was fun for
A solid
Gabe.
2 minutes.
Because Gabe was like, he's French.
Gabe
And all
texted
of a sudden-
Amelia at one point, being like, "Oh my God, he's French."
And all of a sudden, Olivia and Frank are really, really concerned about Gabe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, as soon as Gabe stops crying, that was about when Gabe gets a message from somebody else, and immediately had to change from haha Gabe to, like, serious Gabe.
Serious Gabe.
In like 0 seconds flat.
Oh, we did forget to mention earlier, we had seen a limo pull up to the bar with both
Yes.
the
With 2 blonde bimbos.
Tammy Prince and, what is her goddamn name? The one with the cat.
Portia.
Portia, thank you.
Really
Money.
old money.
P Money and P Diddy.
So then Morgan had messaged Gabe about, hey, we need you and Olivia and the Thin Blood at the bar. And Gabe's like, Thin Blood, you say? Sure, I'll find him.
He's not here right now, but Frank is.
I don't know a Thin Blood anymore, so I brought a Bruja instead.
Yeah.
We killed the Thin Blood. We have a backup.
The Thin Blood's in the basement.
He's not a Thin Blood. I just imagine Gabe should be like, you're not a Thin Blood anymore? How could you lie to me?
Please, can that happen?
Why
What
did
is
you let us of this?
What is Gabe's performance? Yeah, just asking.
I think he's got a 2 in performance.
He can
Okay.
pull that off.
He's got,
probably
I think
pull
he's
that
got
out.
2 in performance and 3 in subterfuge, so I don't know.
He could pull
Judging
that
by
off.
his snark, it's only there when he wants it.
That's fair. It's practice. He's good at a couple things, but not all of the things.
Yeah.
Oh God! So Frank's actually the highest. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you're.
And then. No, go ahead.
Oh, Frank's gonna need that performance
Yeah, I bet.
because to not pull off being a true Bruja and to actually act like he's got emotions and feelings still. Yeah, that performance is gotta be high. High and mighty.
I hope I
Oh.
don't need the performance because I don't have it.
No, you
I don't
have
think I have it this season either.
your gangrel wit. Good luck.
I mean, you're kind of more like a. No offense, but your clan's more animalistic, so it's easier for you to pretend to be like. Cover.
All I have to say is 2 words, and I know every Scooby-Doo fan's gonna know exactly what I mean. Puppy power!
So this thing with the animals is totally on par here with the clan. Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, I would. If we can discuss that once we finish up storyline stuff, but so we saw a limo pull up as we were leaving the bar. Got back to the warehouse. The scrying occurred. And Gabe got a text from Ed's
Morgan.
sire, Morgan, saying, "Hey."
Amelia got a text from Gabe.
Being like, need help, please.
SOS.
Yeah.
Please.
Going
Yeah.
from joking to suddenly serious, and Amelia went, "Fuck."
Scary
William
grandma's
went, "Well,
here.
how did you get to the house anyway?" Amelia went, "I Ubered, duh. And you dropped me off at the bar."
Fine. It's an hour out. So they kicked it into high gear and sped the whole way because pretty sure William can talk his way out of every ticket.
Or at least Jean-Luc can.
BB, Beckett.
I think we decided to wait for Amelia to head back over to the bar.
Yes. I believe that was the plan.
Yep. Which is gonna piss off Morgan.
Well, you know, it happens.
Yeah, no, that'll probably be something Frank brings up next session anyways. Like, not meta or anything. Just like, oh, if they're waiting for us, did you want to tell them that it's going to be a minute for all of us to get there? Or should we just head there now? And that'll be a topic of conversation next session.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, that's more or less what happened. Long and short of it is, William remembered things. Olivia was super useful with her cat mafia. Amelia is the irksome sister, as always.
No,
Gabe.
no. Amelia's the sugar mama.
This is truth.
Oh yeah, that was a
true.
major plot point. Gabe now, instead of being a poor doctor,
Is now getting an allowance from Mommy Dearest.
We need to discuss how much that allowance is.
I mean,
10K a
Gabe's not gonna like gouge her. Like, if you're
No.
making 10K a day, Gabe will be like 500.
I mean, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Just give me your black credit card, and I'll just swipe it whenever I need anything.
Amelia doesn't have a credit card.
Olivia's just happy
Amelia
if
gets
the
paid in
bird
cash.
seed keeps coming. We're good.
Then the cat treats
Yeah, those two.
and the
Oh
bacon.
gosh, we're just gonna have to set up Amazon shopping, like reoccurring every week for that.
Amelia gets paid in cash. Part of it goes into a secure bank account, and the rest of it is kept in cash as safety measure, so that there's no ridiculously sized bank account to get suspicious of.
Oh, so she's pretending to be poor to the government.
Yeah,
Pretty
pretty
much,
much.
You know, tax evasion. That could,
I mean, that's what
Yeah,
vampires do, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, Panama.
Yeah.
So that's more or less what happened. Is William
Such a nice
remembered
family.
discussed things, remembered things, and re-entered into an accord with Anastasia. Olivia was hyper useful with her kitty mafia. Gabe was entertaining and hyper useful with, Tremere and
Entertaining.
Daddy Dearest. Like, I feel bad because I wasn't funny last session, but Gabe fucking took it away, yo.
I mean, you made
Amelia-
it so easy.
Amelia
Someone
was The irksome
what-
sister, as always, and Junie, respectively, fuck you.
Someone had to be the entertainment this time. Abel wasn't there.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. We didn't have Abel to carry us.
No kidding.
His back hurt from all the goddamn work he's been doing.
right.
Threw out his L4 and L5 for us. Died for our
Absolutely
sins.
lighten that emote up.
The vampire Jesus we deserved.
Yes, this is very true.
So that leads us into a little bit of the after. So, Junie, to kind of brush up, what are the current NPCs that are in play that we are fully aware of?
You're fully aware of.
Yeah,
None of them. If we're gonna go fully aware, none of them.
Gwen?
Gwen and Artemis, you guys know.
Yeah, those are straight shooters. Like, those are the only two. What about the ones we don't know much about?
The Cal said, the Abomination,
Morgan.
and the Abomination.
Oh, that's what we're calling her now.
You also have Anastasia and Demetrius, and apparently the person that they report to, which you do not know who they report to yet.
Super data deist.
Then you have Anastasia. Oh no, then you have the Callus and the Abomination, and who they report to. The Prince, Morgan, and Portia.
And Olivia Sire.
Yeah, well, he's kind of.
Yeah, he's in the wind right now.
He was
but
a drive-by.
He will return someday.
Yeah,
It is
so we'll
a
just go with
concern.
that.
So,
Maybe. We don't know. I haven't
Okay.
rolled the dice on that one yet.
so as you know, characters, how are we feeling about the current situations? Does anybody want to start off with current perspective?
Amelia's just like, God damn it, can we not have some goddamn fucking peace?
Oh, season 1, all over again.
Oh, you work for Josh and you're related to William. Get over it.
You know, that brings up a good question. Since the barony
Artemis is a
in
good sister!
since the barony's in disarray, has Amelia actually been getting paid?
Yes.
Considering she's getting paid by Josh, not by the barony.
I mean, Josh is the Baron.
Just
And
Right,
if-
but that doesn't mean Josh doesn't have his own money.
when you become Baron, it doesn't matter. You don't automatically get a payroll.
Gotcha. You know, it's about
You
how much you're bringing in and all that. But
the barony is sponsored by how much you already have in your bank and your own bankroll, and the contacts and the businesses that you make. What you guys fail, or I wouldn't say you guys are
what
failing.
I fail to realize.
What William fails to realize is that the pizza stand is just a
Front.
It's just a front. Nobody really knows what his true business is.
Oh, you kick down the pizza's door and you start blasting and you find out what's in his basement.
You find out what's in his basement, but that's not where he keeps his stash. That's not
I'm
where
not
he
worried
keeps
about
all
his
the
stash.
stuff.
I'm worried about what he trades in.
See, all I'm picturing in my head
Bodies.
is that Josh has a stash of pizza somewhere, and now I really want it. That's
Made with
Yes.
100% real human.
I will give you one hint. 2 words.
Drug dealer? Russians?
Circulatory system.
Bodies. I just said that.
No, circulatory system is different than bodies.
Says you.
So he's got a harem
so
that
pizza.
he keeps hooked up and he feeds them pizza. And throws them Skittles in the closet.
For those that don't know, and everyone's going, Junie, what the fuck?
What's the
Cir-
circulatory system
Thank
and why
you.
do we care?
Yes. Circulatory system is basically the system in which humans, human trafficking as well as blood, gets traveled around a certain area or a certain part of the country. For the circulatory system in Chicago, it is involving upper Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois, Tennessee, over onto Missouri, Iowa, and Minnesota. And it literally makes a track around over and over and over again. Now, that's one of several circulatory systems within the country, and they do interlink at certain parts of
The country.
They link up at certain parts. So, say the circulatory system for the South will hook up with ours in Tennessee. and they'll do the exchange and have, things cross in. For the western part, there are like 2 or 3 of them, and that's mixed in between Missouri and Minnesota. So all the circulatory systems within the country are interconnected so that it's a constant inundating flow of blood, but depending on where you are in that particular part of the circulatory system, will be either more human-based, there might be some more werewolves, there might be more fae, there might be more mage blood, but you never know really. And the circulatory system works within several different ways, and mostly it's fueled by blood vineyards. Blood vineyards is something that's more Tremere based, also known as blood wine.
Thank you, Gabe.
Welcome.
So, say the vineyards in Michigan, Louisiana, California. Blood wine is very expensive and a very high commodity because it's not only mixed with blood, but it does have the taste of alcohol and wine, and you can get drunk off it. So
what I'm hearing is that if you know a Tremere, and they have the equipment to, make their own booze, they're a friend indeed.
Well, if you've got the land, you've got the blood and the people, and you have, shall we say, a Tremere in the pocket. Let's just say your financial gain is very high indeed.
Okay, so it's not like you make your own microbrew out of your own fridge, right?
You can make your own microbrew. Again, you would need a Tremere to help you with that.
Hey, Gabe.
It's actually...
Yeah.
Gabe, you hear that awkward moment when Mommy Dearest is like, Gabe, Mommy needs to get drunk. She's had a day.
Mother, why? Mother, why have you forsaken me?
I will say, there is a lore sheet about the circulatory system. Have fun with that.
Okay.
Yeah, we shall.
We'll look into it.
Oh, appreciate it. So, any ideas of what we're going to be doing next sesh? What are our goals for next session?
Well, we had another
Time
sudden freeze, so...
It depends on the context or contents of said freeze.
Yeah, I think...
Any short-term goals or long-term goals that everyone's working towards?
Be looking into Anastasia again. But now
William would be forthcoming with any information if you asked him, as a heads up.
Yes, because he has been so forthcoming thus far.
Exactly, but since he has an idea of what the full context is now, and you've already seen that side of his unlife, there's no point in hiding it.
I don't know, Junie, do I have any criminal contacts left at this point?
You have your criminal contacts. They don't go away. You can still tap them for information if you so choose.
I need to look into Alexandrov and how he was connected to the human side.
Okay.
Because it's becoming increasingly clear that the human and the kindred were not that far off in my background.
This is truth.
Yeah.
Very, very true. I would definitely dive into that.
Gabe, how about you?
Immediate goals: don't die.
Send William more chipmunks.
Send William more chipmunks.
With the payroll Mommy Dearest is giving
Follow up. Keep tabs on the conditions of patients now that most of them have been put on dialysis. Been on dialysis for a while now. As well as continue to teach Johnny how to Tremere. Probably a couple other things that just haven't popped in my head yet. So. But try not to die is a big one.
Yeah, that's fair. So immediate goals for Frank would be pretend to be Bruja, pretend to be abrasive, pretend to be asshole.
Oh, he doesn't have to pretend for any of that.
Oh, well.
Just be an angry Gabe.
Love you. Bye. Toodles.
Love you. Kisses. Bye-bye.
I'm not going to
say
say
angry.
That was angry. I haven't seen Gabe completely lose his shit and be like, I'm done with this conversation. I'm going to drain you dry. And just, rip the blood out of somebody. Like,
I'm actually waiting to see that happen.
Like, I imagine it's going to be a Hunger 1 situation, or a Hunger 5 situation. It's going to be a messy crit.
Like I said, the lower his willpower gets,
I'm out of coffee.
Yeah, that's basically how Gabe will feel.
Yeah.
Come on,
Well, that was like that. It was like that scene that we started off with Gabe having no willpower.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was fun.
Thanks.
Hey, it was a battle of wills,
It was totally worth it for this bromance, I'll tell you.
right?
Yep.
Like,
That's where it all started.
Yeah.
Used all my willpower to
That
cut
was
some
it.
idiot
Really
places.
William's fault.
Yeah.
Well, it's not William's fault for having a backbone. Like, let's be
William's
fair.
fault.
No, no,
Oh,
no.
it's William's fault he was staked in the chair in the first place.
Yeah,
You know,
It's
yeah.
William's fault that he was flirting with Gabe.
I mean,
Y'all thought that was flirting.
oh, 100%.
Oh, you sweet summer children. You should just meet the sun because you're wrong.
No, no, no.
Flirting.
We're not because
Well,
he
You
was.
tried
follow
to
you.
stare. You tried to stare longingly into my eyes, and I didn't fall for it. Don't be upset.
You rejected my reality and substituted it with your own. It's
Yes,
a matter
I
of
did.
respect. William now acknowledges that. He is not a fan of that, though. Not his flavor.
But
Aspirin.
He likes the Mocha Boys. Anyways,
Guys, we're killing Tanari.
oh, you can't die twice. Well, you
Says
can.
you. I've got 4 children.
Oh, that's too far. My bad. My bad. My apologies. So that's oh shit. Whose goals with that, Frank? Yeah, pretend to be Bruja, and then in the immediate short term, look into ways to better hide the warehouse, either physically or metaphysically. So
Gabe can
reaching
do
out through
that, but I was
contacts.
saving it for something not already known by enemies, and Gabe knows a ritual now that can like hide something, but it costs permanent willpower. So
Well, you can borrow one of Frank's. He doesn't use it.
I didn't want to use it on a place that was already known to people.
Yeah. No, I
That's
mean,
fair.
he would look into it a little bit, and I mean, he wouldn't. He would ask you if you're familiar with it, and maybe find another Tremere that might be willing, maybe exchange a minor boon for it.
I feel like that's something that would be more than a minor boon.
That would be what he would be offering, because
Gabe will do it for a minor boon.
oh god,
I mean,
Does Frank
Gabe will
wanna
do
be
it if William
indebted?
asks really nicely.
Since that's
William's
what
not
you're
the one
offering.
asking, though. William's not asking.
Since that's what you're offering.
Yeah. But do I want to be indebted to Gabe? Well, I guess it's better the friend that you know than the enemy you don't.
Let's just
There are worse
say,
people.
would you rather be indebted to Gabe or Abel?
I'd rather be indebted to William.
Edgar.
Yep,
At least I know what William's
specifically
thinking. Gabe's kind of a wild card, though, like, because I imagine he'd be like, "I need your blood." Oh, it's still not paid off,
Oh, that wasn't it. No.
motherfucker.
I just needed it.
So Frank would probably be later. I don't know. We could discuss that more next sesh, I guess, or in between now and then. In regards to William short term, getting Amelia to said meeting, and I'm not sure if he would stick around. Like at this point, he wants absolutely nothing to do with the Camarilla, but he does kind of owe his sister for having his back. So maybe being a silver-tongued, fox there wouldn't hurt.
Gabe would straight up be like, no.
And
No, you go home. Go home. We don't need you here.
If I wanted your opinion, I would ask for it politely.
Ah. Yeah, that works. Sure.
What? Okay, now I want to know what Gabe's retort would be.
Oh, I don't really have a retort. I had actually contemplated near the end of last session sending Amelia a message saying, "Don't bring your brother," but I didn't, and that was my fault.
And now
Because
she's
that was
bringing
my
her
mistake.
brother.
That's okay. William meeting not
Oh,
only the
God.
prince, a Methuselah, a Tremere Primogen. Yeah, I want to
Yeah,
see
I'm not
See,
worried.
this.
He's
I
a Tremere too, at heart.
So we're gonna watch Mystic go all Malkavian on us next round.
Oh, dear,
because we're gonna have Frank and
feel
William
like
in the
that's-
same room.
I feel like that's gonna be too much, in the same room between Frank trying to be Bruja and like
Oh, it's gonna be good.
William trying not. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go back to having that sheet of paper that says William, except now I need to cross out James and just write
I'm sorry,
Frank.
not Mystic. Rono. I apologize.
Oh, it's fine. Hey, call me what you want. I don't care.
I'm kind of sad, but also like a little relieved that I'm not gonna be there.
Yeah.
Sad I'll miss it, but relieved I don't have to deal with it.
It'll be a beautiful shit show that you'll
You'll
have to
have to
watch on
watch
the
it.
VOD.
Yeah.
You'll have to watch on the VOD when it hits YouTube.
Oh, so
Definitely.
wait, Abel's gonna be there.
Oh no. Oh no.
So Gwen's gonna drag him by his nappy ass
We
weave.
really need Abel meeting the prince.
How are you today?
The beginning,
How are you?
Abel.
the beginning of next session is going to be Abel catching up on whatever the heck he figured out.
The beginning of next session is going to be everybody catching some hands. That's what it's going to be.
This will be interesting as fuck because the way that he'll, depending on how he handles the prince. Oh yeah.
What's his
May lose Abel.
what's his points in etiquette or whatever it is? Do you know offhand, Jenny?
She has a sheet.
Oh, Gabe does have etiquette. Oh.
I know Frank does.
I would hope
because-
so.
And I know William does, which is surprising.
I don't know if Amelia actually has etiquette.
No, you don't.
I do.
That's a throbbing
Nice.
hard 0. Oh God!
No, except I was part of the Camarilla, so I might.
That doesn't inherently mean it.
I haven't used them much, but I
Two.
have points in etiquette.
Okay,
I have
okay.
two.
So,
That's
Yeah.
a big
the
point.
rest, all for the most part, we can respect authority, even if it's
I have
begrudging.
enough to
As long as they
survive
stay on
and
their
save the
lines,
Camarilla.
like you know,
Yeah.
it's not going to be like the Sharks and the Jets going
The
when we
fun-
go up to the bar.
The funny
Sure.
thing is that it's not what Abel knows in this.
It's what Gwen knows.
It's what the prince knows about Abel.
Caitiff. He's about to get trounced.
Really? You think he's Caitiff? That's sweet.
No. Poverty
I
bloodline
think
of some sort.
I think I know who's carrying next session. That's what I think.
Well, in that case, Zed, best of luck to you.
Best wishes, Toodles.
Toodles.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Oh, fun. All
Oh,
right.
this
so
is gonna be hilarious.
that more or less gets us caught up on characters' backstory, NPCs, and all that jazz, as well as the brief clip of what happened for people that didn't want to listen. So, next session will be most likely Saturday, depending on everyone's availability.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were discussing possibly moving it back just so it was a full party, but we will know more as the week goes on. Keep an eye out on our Twitter, social medias.
We'll for sure
Smalls,
post on
slam the button.
the buttons hidden
Balls,
behind
do the
things.
thing.
We have to Sava asked, we have a nominee to episode carry any 1 second. So
Well, the person we're nominating's not here, so I second.
Yes, he can't defend himself. Get him now.
get him
Button.
real good.
He's gonna
there's the
carry
button.
one way
You have
or
to slam the
another.
button.
So,
So,
that,
Check
go
out our
ahead.
social medias. We'll follow up as per availability. Most likely, it will be next Saturday. And if there is, then you'll catch Last Breath then. Subsequently, Take a Breath next Sunday, and so on and so forth until the end of Untime.
Follow all of our players. They're all amazing.
I'm amazing.
He does good.
Mostly
job.
these
Yes.
people.
And lastly, go follow the other streams. These are other people who also stream World of Darkness. They are also awesome.
And if you haven't yet,
That last one just says Twitch.tv, and I don't know what it's supposed to say, and I'm confused. Okay, go follow Twitch.tv.
That too. Go follow Twitch.
welcome to
Go
here.
follow Twitch.
Welcome to here. And if you haven't yet, make sure you reach out to Nerdy Encounters for a custom set of vampire die. She is taking commissions. If you want to join the family in one way or another, that is a nice way to start.
I've been sanding dice this entire time, and these are looking very shiny.
Ooh.
Ah.
Is
Whose
that a
are
D20?
those?
It is.
Partly dice.
Whose is it?
Well, 4 of them are going up in the shop, and Sai has actually called dibs on one of them.
Ooh.
Card, please.
You go, Gabe.
Or logos. Yes, I do.
Sugar Mama's
logos
just throwing
also.
dye at the fucking goblin now.
Right? No,
You're
see,
right.
that's the
Okay,
thing. Gabe
so-
actually won't get paid $500. It'll just be like 500 sets of dice.
So I'm gonna not show the address, but this is going to Mystic probably tomorrow.
Yay. And it's shiny.
It does.
I appreciate you not doxing me.
There.
Yeah, it's shiny.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to being able to use my Click Clack Shiny Math rocks.
Yeah.
And I guess that's where we're at. Thank you all for joining us for Take a Breath, our review of our Last Breath Chronicles, and we look forward to seeing you all later.
And we are actually going to be going to one of our friends, McStepper Studios. They are playing Changeling the Dreaming. So enjoy, have fun, and we'll see you all next week. Fingers.
Love you,
bye.
faces.
Take a bite.